Oh yeah, let's do this. Welcome back to another episode of Bogeys and Blue Crabs. We've got a great episode for you today. Today we are talking all things Ryder Cup with Ryder Cup right around the corner. As always, I am your host, Max Salzman, and today I'm joined by Almay all day. Almay, how we doing?
Oh my gosh, great.
It's been a little bit, but we're back at it.
Yes.
Super excited for Ryder Cup to come on.
Yeah, I am.
It's 2 weeks away. I mean, it's right here. It's our last little bit of golf, big golf tournament for the year, and I am just so excited. How about you?
Yeah, of course. I mean, there's not going to be any golf after that for quite some time, so I'm looking forward to seeing U.S. versus Europe.
Totally. So for people and listeners who don't know, the Ryder Cup is a team-based golf tournament that happens every other year, so every 2 years, between the United States and Team Europe. So it was first established in 1927, and it's been played throughout up until present. You get 12 of the best American golfers versus the 12 best European golfers, and they play in different fun team formats to gain points and take home the Ryder Cup. So, each team every year. So, again, for the listeners who don't know, each tournament, there's a new captain selected by each committee. So this year, the American captain is Keegan Bradley, and the European captain is Luke Donald, who's now returning for his second consecutive Ryder Cup in a row after previously dominating the U.S. A couple years ago. So it should be really exciting.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be great golf. I mean, I love seeing everybody get all riled up. Like U.S. fans, European fans. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, so just to follow it up, it's such a special event. You get people get so into it, the fans, the interactions. They're playing at a super historic course this time. So they're playing in New York at Bethpage, and it's just an incredible event. You get team spirit. You get such great camaraderie between the players who get to participate. You get great interactions with the fans. And it just creates an incredibly electric atmosphere for people around golf.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I would say that the Ryder Cup is probably like the Super Bowl of, football, the like U.S. Open or something like that for tennis. Just that whole excitement around golf, and that being the last, I would say, right? That would be the last event? Yeah,
it's the last event of the year. I mean, we're done with the FedEx Cup, PGA, and all of that is done. This is now world golf. It's a rare opportunity for these players to represent their country. I know Europe is, kind of a large generalization of the different countries and a good medley of different cultures and countries over there, but they get to represent their country. They get to represent all of Europe, and it's such a bragging rights, type of event here in golf, which you don't get all the time.
Right.
But when you get it, it's really fun to see.
Yeah. So let's talk about who's on these teams and what we're most looking forward to.
Yeah. So for the listeners out there, throughout the year, players have the opportunity to gain points through the tournaments that they play in. So all throughout the FedEx Cup and all of the majors, depending on how you do, you gain points for what's called the World Golf Rankings. And based off of those rankings, you can automatically qualify for the team. So the top 6 players for the U.S. and the top 6 players for Europe automatically qualify. And so it's really interesting because for the first time, you're seeing a couple of live players who automatically qualified for their teams. On the U.S. side, you had Bryson DeChambeau, who's had a great year majors-wise, and that's kind of coming off of last year's results as well. Him winning the U.S. Open, being in contention for the Masters. He's had a really great year when it comes to playing in the majors, and he's been able to use those few opportunities to gain enough points. I think he was the 5th or the 6th player. So he, in only participating in the majors because he's a live player,
right?
It's really impressive.
Yeah, and he's pretty popular because he's big on social media. I mean, he has a whole channel. I mean, he's able to work during the off season because of his social media following.
The social media presence is really interesting because he has gone and done a just complete 180 from where he was in the public's eye a couple years ago. So, hey, kudos to him. I think that's really, really impressive. Going off of that, though, Terrell Hatton.
Oh, I love him.
He is fiery. He's going to bring a ton of energy to that European team. And when they're and when they go ahead and cut. Well, now I have some editing to do. This will be fun.
Well, you do. You know why? Because you said it's 2 weeks from now. In the beginning, you said, "Oh, the Ryder Cup's 2 weeks from now." Yeah, she didn't see my reservation.
That's okay.
Okay.
That's all right. We'll come back in. But yeah, Terrell Hatton is going to bring a ton of energy to that European team. He's going to bring some fiery attitudes, and I think he's going to be really fun to get paired up with. So one of the really unique things about the Ryder Cup as well is you get some really fun formats throughout the entire week. So it's very different than your traditional golf tournament where it's just stroke play, individual. You get the team aspect of it. Mm-hmm. So you get, sometimes it'll be 2 Americans paired up with each other versus 2 European teams or team members, and they'll go ahead and they'll play like a best ball format. So they all play their own ball out and they take their best score between the 2. And then they do a great, which is my favorite format in golf, alternate shot.
I love alternate shots.
So will you explain to our listeners what alternate shot is?
It literally is alternate shot. So it's 2 people playing and your partner hits a ball, then where that ball is placed, then you yourself, then you hit it. And you really kind of just want to position that ball for the best parts of your playing partner. It goes by very quickly. You're almost playing. It's 2 people playing almost as one person because you're not doing like a scramble where you drop the ball where the best spot is. It is 1 ball, 1 shot per person every other shot. I guess is that.
Yeah, it's an alternating shot. So if me and you were playing Almay. Let's say you drive. It was your turn to drive. Mm-hmm. I would then have to hit the next shot regardless of where the ball landed. So it's alternating. It's back and forth. And so I just think it creates such a team aspect of the game that you don't ever really get to feel.
Right.
And yeah, you don't get to hit as many shots, and I think that's one of the number 1 complaints about alternate shot. But like you said, you got to change your game to fit your partner as well. So you're going to play differently. You're going to feel, you may not be as aggressive with the shot that you normally would. Or if you have a partner who prefers to fade the ball or draw the ball, you're going to put yourself in those positions to make them a lot more successful. And so I think it really brings a new aspect that you don't get from other forms of golf into it, and it's just really fun. I think it builds great drama. It's going to be great television, and it makes it must watch for me.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite format though?
Yeah,
Max?
it's alternate shot.
It is alternate shots.
Yeah, it would be
okay.
alternate shot. I mean, I grew up playing team sports. I think that's one of the things that I miss the most is having to depend on somebody else.
Yeah.
I think it's while you're not in as much control. Right. I think when you're playing alternate shot, but if you hit a great shot in and then your partner makes a putt, it just builds.
I think though what's different about the alternate shots as as they are all pros is I don't necessarily think any of them have like. For recreational golfers, you might be like, okay, I know for a fact, Max, if you were to drive the ball off the tee box, you for sure would get more distance than I would. So that alone would be the difference between a recreational golfer and alternate shot than pros, because they all hit far, they can all chip, they can all get out of the bunkers, and they can all putt. So it's really just working as a team to get to make sure that you just have the best options for your team.
Yeah, and in previous Ryder Cups, we saw the captain make decisions, on what are called captain's picks. So you have the 6 people who automatically qualify. And then you have you have 8 people who then qualify after the final tournaments. 8 people will automatically qualify via points. The final 4 picks are what are called captain's choice. So they can pick anybody they want, any 4 people they want, and it's pretty strategic most of the time on how they do that. In previous Ryder Cups, we saw captains make choices for people to specifically play alternate shot together. So you saw in previous Ryder Cups, they picked Justin Thomas and Jordan Spieth because they have a great history of playing together.
Okay, that makes sense.
They are really good friends, and it didn't work.
Oh, no.
So that's where my questions really come into play is like, does the team chemistry really matter, or do you want to have just the 2 best players play together?
Sure. I mean, okay. Well, now that you say it that way, yeah, that kind of makes sense. But it could be, but all sorts of things happen on the golf course, Max. I mean, you could still get the nerves.
Yeah.
You can still, maybe you slightly get a little upset at the way your partner played the ball, not to set you up for success. So then you're now in your head. Who knows? You and I should do an alternate.
I think we should
format
do an
one day
alternate
and
shot.
just
It'd be
see
really
if I
fun.
get pissed off at you.
Well, look, we would have to decide if we're going to do real alternate shots. So that would be like, if I make the putt, you drive.
Yep, that's correct.
There's some events that you can play in that are alternate shot where you can pick who starts the hole and who exactly.
Yeah.
So all of that can kind of come into play. But I think a legit, straight up alternate shot could be really fun.
Yeah, that
Maybe
could
just
be
try
really
9
fun.
holes.
I mean, you think about like
goes.
Colin Morikawa, who is like one of the best iron players out there. I'm looking forward to the matchup. When do they do that?
So they'll start announcing matchups. I believe either the night before they start or the morning of. The captains will announce who's playing.
Got it.
So the way scoring works in the Ryder Cup is the captains will put together matchups. They'll announce who's playing against whom, and they'll go back and forth, and they'll create a schedule with different teams or individuals and when they play. Each match individually is worth either a point, a half point, or 0 points. If you win your match outright, you win 1 full point for your team. If you tie the match, you get half, and if you lose the match, you get 0. And the goal is to get to, I believe, 13 is the number to win the Ryder Cup.
Right.
So over the 3 days, you're gaining points. You're trying to win your matches to then get you to your ultimate goal. So I'm really interested to see some of the matchups.
Who would you like to see?
So Team USA, we have Scotty Scheffler, JJ Spawn, a Ryder Cup rookie, Xander Schauffele, Russell Henley, also a Ryder Cup rookie, Harris English, Bryson DeChambeau, Justin Thomas, Colin Morikawa, and then you have the captain's picks, which were Ben Griffin, Sam Burns, Patrick Cantley, and Cameron Young. What are your thoughts?
Oh, I don't know. Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm being put on the spot. I don't know like which matchups I would like to see most, but I am looking forward to what the captain does pick and then just watching that. I mean, I know who's playing in the European team as well.
Yeah, so Team Europe, we have Rory, we have Robert McIntyre, Tommy Fleetwood, Justin Rose, Terrell Hatton, Rasmus Højgaard, John Rahm, Shane Lowry, Victor Hovland, Ludwig Oberg, Matt Fitzpatrick, and Sepp Straka. I am terrified of that European team. That team is stacked.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's some really good players there, and they're going to really bring in the energy for sure.
Something we haven't talked about that I'm just noticing looking at this list right now. There's 4 Ryder Cup rookies on this U.S. team. There's only 2 on that Team Europe team.
So okay, if those rookies in the U.S. weren't there, who would you have wanted if you were if you could pick?
Well, I think the obvious answer here is Keegan Bradley. I mean, he's the captain of the U.S. team. Mm-hmm. There hasn't been a playing captain on the Ryder Cup team since 1963, and that was Arnold Palmer.
Right.
But Keegan Bradley was going into this the 11th ranked U.S. member, or highest ranked member, 11th. And so out of the 12, he qualified to make the team.
Sure.
I think he felt a little bit of the pressure. There's just so much that goes into being a captain of the Ryder Cup team, plus all the pressure that's, on top of all of that. So I think
Or he could have been really nice and wanted, somebody else to play in the Ryder Cup and have that opportunity.
But he was playing great golf.
Yeah.
I mean, coming down, the last few weeks, he was in contention. I mean, he had a couple top 10 finishes. He's playing good.
I'm sure the next time the Ryder Cup comes around, maybe he can be one of the guys playing and someone else is captain.
Well, he was the last guy from the previous regime. When Zach Johnson was the captain, he called Keegan to let him know that he didn't make the team. I think he was at the time ranked 14 or 15 at the time.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a bummer to see Keegan not make the team there. I'm really interested to see how Cameron Young and Ben Griffin handled the pressure. I mean, Max Homa talks about it. He says the most pressure he's ever felt on the golf course was playing in the Ryder Cup.
Well, that makes sense because you're playing as a team. Everything counts.
Everything.
Right? And you do not... If it's one thing to let yourself down, it's another to let your whole team down.
And the U.S. got a little bit embarrassed in the last Ryder Cup. I mean, they battled, but it was not very close over there. So they're really trying to make a statement coming back this year.
Yeah, and we're also here in the U.S., so hopefully that will help with, being on home territory.
Yeah. So I'm going to give you a couple of matchups, a couple of hypothetical matchups for singles.
Okay.
And I want to hear your thoughts on what do you think of these matchups.
All right, let's see.
So, what do you think if we got like a Colin Morikawa versus a Justin Rose kind of situation?
Oh.
You're getting two different kinds of styles here. Morikawa is going to be all power, try and really overpower the golf course, make sure that, he's not leaving himself a lot of long putts. Justin Rose, on the other hand, has no fear of long putts. He will sink anything.
Yeah.
He might, meander his way around the golf course a little bit, but the second he gets on that green, watch out.
Yeah, that's, I love putting. Justin Rose is very good at that stuff. I mean, they're all good putters, but you're right. When it comes to certain situations, long versus a short putt, I mean, people miss the short ones too.
Totally. And then I think another really interesting matchup that we could see is Tommy Fleetwood versus Xander Schauffele.
Ooh.
Two guys that play a very similar style of golf, but are in very different spots in their season right now. Xander kind of had a down year a little bit, I think, on his standards. I mean, he finally got over the hump winning the major last year.
Right.
A lot of highs, playing really well, and then struggled a little bit throughout the summer, in the FedEx Cup. Still did well, still qualified as the number 3 player, but, wasn't the dominant Xander that we've seen.
Well, Xander's also a gold medalist.
Yeah, as well.
He had
a great couple of years there.
Yeah.
But then you have, on the other side, Tommy Fleetwood, who's got multiple top 5s and his first win.
That's right.
I mean, you got to think the pressure is off. It's all gravy from here.
Yeah. I mean, that was well deserved too, because he has been on the circuit for quite some time.
I was so happy for Tommy.
I think everybody was really happy for Tommy.
I think a lot of people were, and he did it very with emphasis. He put his stamp on that win.
Yeah, he did.
So I was really happy for that. I think another really great matchup would be like the big hitters matchup: Jon Rahm versus Bryson DeChambeau.
Sure.
I mean, one of them might destroy a tee box, They're both fiery.
Or the whole course.
Yeah. But, I mean, like, these are two guys that both drive the ball consistently over 330.
Yeah.
Beth Page has a lot of trouble, especially off the tee. So if you're not dialed in and you're not hitting fairways, you can put some really big numbers up really quickly.
I'm sure.
So I'm going to be interested in that one, to see if Rahm can really get back to his top form.
Yeah.
Before he moved to live, I really felt like he was
in his prime.
Yeah, and he was winning. He was dominating, dominating these tournaments. And I don't know what it is, but I just feel like he's taken a bit of a step back when it comes to, consistently putting it together over 3 days.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, now that he's playing for Europe, with Rahm being from Spain. I mean, that could really inspire him to play better. I mean, I guess, wait a second, though. But in Live, they do play team formats, don't they?
So Live is completely team format, but I just don't think that they have the pressure.
Okay.
They're not under the same
Yeah.
pressure. I mean, you think about it. I'm fairly certain that everybody gets paid at Live. I think that's their whole format is there is no cut.
Right.
So I don't think these guys are dealing with pressure the same way these PGA players are,
Right.
where if they're not making the cut, they don't get paid.
Right, of course.
You know, and it's a major it's a major form of pressure and a lot of
the driving
stress.
force. Yes,
yeah, it's
of
a lot of
course.
stress that's in the back of their head consistently.
Makes sense.
You know, I don't think we can underestimate how important being in those situations consistently. It can really set you up for the Ryder Cup.
Yeah, I am pretty excited to see a lot of the Live guys come back and play, because not everybody watches Live. So
I definitely
to see the those Live players come to the Ryder Cup, and then we get to watch them in the same situations that they used to be when they were on the PGA Tour. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I think this is a very different U.S. team than what we're kind of used to. I think we're used to seeing a lot of the Jordan Spieths, the Ricky Fowlers kind of on this U.S. team, and this is very new. You know, you're getting some of those olds, you know, the people who have been there before, obviously Scotty and Xander and JT and Morikawa, all of them have been there before. I'm really interested to see what JJ Spawn does.
Yeah, JJ's hot.
He's had a fantastic year. I mean, he switched to that zero torque putter, and look at him. I know we've talked about the zero torque.
We've talked about the zero torque putter, and in another episode, I actually played golf with somebody who had a zero torque putter, and I was like, "Can I just play with it? Like, try it out?"
Sidebar.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I like it. I mean, I would like to sample using one. I don't know how yet.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I don't
he
think...
switched. This guy.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, we can make it for another conversation, and then we'll do so. But I did play with somebody who switched from a Scotty Cameron to a zero torque, but I can't remember the name of the brand. I'll remember later. But yeah, so who knows?
I mean, again, they're everywhere now. You can find pretty much every putter company is starting to come out with their version of a zero torque. But yeah, he made the switch. I mean, still thinking about that putt at the U.S. Open is just unbelievable.
Right.
You know, and kudos to him. But coming in as the number 2 player, like, I want to see what he's going to do in Ryder Cup in team formats. I am very excited for it. He also plays like a very, I think, tournament style golf that's really fun to watch, where he hits a lot of fairways. He gets aggressive. You know, he really tries to go after pins. So, you know, kudos.
Yeah, I got to watch JJ Spawn at the BMW Championship, and it was really fun to watch him.
Yeah, it's really fun to watch him. And then going to Team Europe side, I'm interested to see who Keegan, team captain for the U.S., goes after and try and get some points, because I don't see a lot of holes in this Team Europe. You know, maybe you go after the rookies, you go after Ludwig, but I mean, Ludwig looks like he's built in a lab.
Yeah,
like,
I know you love him.
His swing is perfect.
Yes.
His swing is perfect. He plays super fast. You know, there's not a lot of emotion shown. I mean, like I said, he's built in the lab for golf. I mean, if you went in and you were like, design your perfect golfer, I think it would look something like Ludwig. Seriously, 6'2", 6'3",
Sure.
athletic, balanced. You know, not too big, not too short, but just consistently strikes the ball beautifully, plays his game.
Right.
So I don't know. I'd like to hear your thoughts on, you know, who you would go after.
Oh, let's see. When I look at Team Europe, like I said, I'm fairly impressed. But once again, they're all such great golfers. I mean,
maybe you go after Rasmus Højgaard. I mean, he's the only other rookie on Team Europe, but his brother Nikolai played the year before. Yeah. So that was the only change that Luke Donald made, those two. So Ludwig and Rasmus were the only 2 changes made. Other than that, he took the entire European team from last Ryder Cup.
I didn't even notice. I just saw the last name and didn't realize that was Rasmus was the brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's okay. So now everyone gets a chance.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I I'm mostly looking forward to watching some very good, entertaining golf
Totally.
because it's
Star-studded.
based on what could happen the day before, day of, when those matchups are announced. I mean, oh my gosh, like just think about the betting.
Oh,
because no one knows yet, right?
No.
So not until
yeah.
that
I mean,
those are announced.
Crazy.
It's gonna be nuts.
And then like you have possible teams, like you could have like Rory and Shane Lowry, as a possible twosome, which like I mean they've won the Zurich,
right?
They've
both
consistently,
Irish.
yeah, they love playing with each other.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know who on the U.S. I would pair up to go against them in the 4-ball, best ball. I mean, I think you would really be in trouble if Luke Donald puts that team together.
Yeah, I mean, like I just said, it's going to be really fun, really interesting. I mean, the Ryder Cup is coming to this area in a few years.
No way.
It is.
When?
I would have to
We're
look
gonna-
it up.
we're
I
gonna
think it's
double
like
check that.
2030 something. It's either
Yeah.
2034 something, but I think it's coming here. I think.
Oh,
I'll
whenever
look.
if that happens.
I mean, if I'm wrong,
oh my
sorry, you
goodness.
guys.
No,
But I thought I saw it coming here in several years.
Well,
but
we'll
I mean,
keep a lookout for
could
that.
be a
for
decade
sure.
from now. We'll see. But
I don't care.
But yeah, you're ready to get your tickets.
Oh,
Look at you.
sign me up. Are you kidding? I mean, so going to the Solheim Cup, which the Solheim Cup is the same thing as the Ryder Cup, but it's for
the women.
the LPGA.
Yeah.
That was such a fun event to go to and
Yes.
see live and follow and interact with the different
that
European
was over
fans.
at Robert Trent Jones.
Yeah, that RTJ.
RTJ, yeah.
I can only imagine what it's going to be like for the Ryder Cup.
Oh, it's going to be nuts.
It is going to be nuts.
I mean, just
up there.
picture if you were. I mean, New York's 4 hours away from us. I mean, we could have technically went up to Bethpage. But that is good. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be madness.
Awesome thing that I've seen the U.S. team doing so far is they've been going to local public courses in the New York area, and they're just giving away tickets.
Really?
Yeah. So Keegan has been going around to different courses in New York, and he'll, if people recognize him, he'll give them tickets. And so it's doing this awesome, publicity stunt and just really getting the public behind this team. And I think it's going to be, I mean, they're advertising it as one of the most raucous, loud events that they're hoping to have, especially in golf in quite a long time. So I'm fairly excited about it.
What's happening over there?
Sorry about that. We had a little technical difficulty over here. But yeah, I just think that they've done a really good job marketing and advertising this whole thing, getting the public behind it. Their use of social media has been brilliant, and I think they're going to continue doing and creating an amazing atmosphere for this incredible event that's coming up.
Okay, I just looked up Ryder Cup in this area, and maybe I was confused.
Oh.
No, not. I mean, it goes.
Well, you never know.
You never know. Hurry up. One of these clubs nearby. Can you guys please vouch for having Ryder Cup at your location? Please, please. Like Congressional or...
that'd be amazing.
I don't know.
See, my issue is I just don't think that they have the infrastructure set up.
Oh.
I think the big thing about Ryder Cup that makes it such an incredible event is you have these European fans and you have people that, really are willing to travel to make it, so special. And so they're trying to find locations that are near airports and areas that people can travel to, lots of different hotels and different monitoring things just to make it easier for people.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, there is obviously a lot of planning that gets involved.
No
I mean,
kidding.
You can see
Totally.
the list of locations up until 2033. And, I mean, you could go to a couple, I guess. I mean, the next one is in Ireland, 2027. 2029 is in Minnesota. 2031, Costa Brava, Barcelona. I might have to talk to my husband about that trip.
That sounds
that sounds amazing.
incredible.
I've been to a wedding in
2031?
Costa Brava, so I know exactly where that is. And then 2033 at the Olympic Club in San Francisco.
That is an incredible. They just had the U.S. Amateur out there at the Olympic Club.
Yeah.
Incredible track. It looks so cool.
I bet it does.
Also, the home of the Burger Dog.
Oh.
If you don't know.
I don't know.
If you don't know, look it up. The Burger Dog at Olympic Club. Incredible.
Oh,
It's
wait a second.
Yes.
It looks like a hot dog. It's a burger that's
But a
shaped
hot
as a hot
dog.
dog.
Yes.
In a long bun.
And it's super famous. It's incredible. Well, I think is a great place to stop this episode for the day.
Yeah.
If you have any questions, the listeners out there, please leave your comments below. Check us out on Instagram at BNBC Golf. And Almay, thanks so much for the time.
Oh, thank you. It's always a pleasure.
I look so forward to watching the Ryder Cup with you. And we will talk to you guys next time. Check us out again at BNBC Golf on Instagram. Thanks for the time. We'll catch you next time.